Good evening, everyone. My name is Antoinette Dawkins, and I am calling this press conference in regards to a concern that we have within our community and the nation. That concern is basically physical inactivity. The reason that this is a major concern is because the effects that are caused due to people not being active. Those effects are, but not limited to, heart disease, diabetes, and some, unfortunately, cancers. So, before we get into it, I would like to explain to some people who may not understand what physical inactivity mean. So basically, the definition is basically the term that we use to identify people who do not get the recommended level of regular physical activity. The American Heart Association recommends 30 to 60 minutes of some type of physical activity. Fortunately, Louisiana, we have, which is a high number, but there are states that have a higher amount. We have 39.6 of adults that achieve at least 30 minutes a week of moderate physical activity, or we have some that do 150 minutes a week of vigorous, intense physical activities. We do have a 28.6% of adults that say that they do not work out in any physical activities. That number is low, but it could be lower. For the nation, we have, I will believe to say that it is 47.7% as a whole that are not physically active. Now, I do understand that that number could be high due to the pandemic, because a lot of places are closed and a lot of people do feel nervous to work out. But I strongly suggest that to fix these numbers and to reduce these diseases that can ultimately cause death is to get out there and be active. If you feel nervous, I'm going outside. You can always wear your mask and work out, but just taking a walk around your neighborhood, just go sightseeing, or if you stay in the neighborhood suburbs, that we are actually, people are creating more sidewalks and stuff. So instead of having to take your car to the store that's around the corner, you could ultimately walk, or you could ride your bike or skate or do anything of that activeness. Also, we are making trails for you guys to be safe to walk. Those are the solutions that we have as a nation and as a community. Of course, they have special days that we have put together in a park to get out and be active. Of course, you have to be considerate of your social distancing to make sure, of course, due to COVID, that we all stay safe during this pandemic that is still going on. If you haven't already, make sure that you do go ahead and get vaccinated so we can get through this together and as quickly as possible and as safe as possible. No, that is definitely off subject. Also, like I said, some of the diseases that are caused by a lack of being physically active, like I said, is heart disease and diabetes. You have type 1 and type 2. You also have, like I said, some form of cancers. Unfortunately, the races that are suffering the most from this are Hispanics and the African American community. The Hispanics have 31.7% of people who aren't active, and the African American community is 30.3%. Let's see, I'm sorry. Being obese is the most common health issue that is associated with being inactive. If an individual don't move their bodies, they run the risk of gaining weight. And once you gain weight, sometimes it could be hard to get it off. I know in the medical industry, they do offer um, procedures to help lose weight, and also they have dietary supplements that are also here to help you lose weight. But even though if you have to take those necessary steps, I do suggest that you still be physically active so you can keep your heart being, strong and healthy, and also keeping that weight off. um, I'm sorry. Heart disease is caused by many issues, but being inactive is unfortunately one of the biggest. Um, if you're not getting the recommended physical activity amount, then you do carry the risk of possibly having heart issues. For the amount that for different age groups, we have children under 5 that we will say in 24 hours that may be 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a great time for children under 5 to be active in, which is super easy. Children under 5 tend to like to run around, and they have a lot of energy as is. So 30 minutes is basically maybe like 5 minutes for us adults. Um, they also have for adults from the age of 18 to 64 for 150 to 300 minutes of being active. And we also have, adolescents from the ages of 5 to 17 to do at least 60 minutes of being active. Once again, I want to stress to you guys that this is very, 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 very important for you to be active. I know right now, definitely a trend to stay in Netflixing and chilling, Huluing, watching TV, and eating your snacks. But, however, this is definitely affecting you. You may not feel it today, but in the long run, it is affecting you. Go out and play. Thank you so much for listening to this press conference of mine. Hopefully, in the future, I'll be back with some positive numbers and some positive good news for us to be going out and playing. You guys stay safe. Continue to wear your mask. Thank you and good night.